Today is the first altitude session here in Flagstaff, up at 7,000 feet. This one is going to be tough. And make sure to stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to be going through some of my goals for 2024. Race times, business goals, YouTube goals, all of the above. So stick around for that. So I've already done, I think, 3 runs here. I've done like a full week of training of just easy running. Basically. The first run, which I'll put here, was fantastic. I was like, oh my God, I'm fitter than I thought I was. This is easier than running in font. And I was like, oh, maybe it's just because I've been running a little bit faster since I got that testing done. My easy running has just picked up a little bit and my watch is telling me that my base fitness is going up. So I was just like, yeah, that's probably it. No, it was just a fluke. The next 2 runs were awful. My long run I had to cut short because I just couldn't keep my heart rate under 170 and I was like, there's just no point. My next run was a little bit better, but my God, even though this is just a couple of 100 feet higher than font, it is so much harder to run here. So I'm a little bit nervous about my session today. And it's not only just the fact that it's been more difficult to run here. I haven't really been doing sessions for the last couple of weeks just because life has been a bit crazy. Having Philly down in the UK for 3 weeks to try get everything that we needed to do to get done was just a mammoth task. Then she went away. Then I've traveled out here. So my training has been pretty disrupted the last couple of weeks. So I've basically been easy running and the occasional pickup long run. So again, another reason why I'm a little bit nervous because I haven't done a session in a while. And don't worry, we're gonna get Coach to explain the session and maybe she can give me a little bit of a reason why she set me this as my first session. Anyway, we gotta get ready. It is cold outside today and we're not going down, so it's gonna stay cold. So it's gonna be pretty much minus, if not just above 0. So looking forward to it. All right, we're on the way to the session. We've got Coach here. She's driving very well in America at the moment.
Why do you sound surprised?
So what's the session? We've got obviously the usual warm-up and 10-15 minutes, and then it's gonna be a 5 times 5 minute tempo off of 2-minute jogs. What pace is my tempo?
8-minute miling?
8-minute miling? Yeah, pretty much. I'm not gonna be too upset if I don't hit that exactly because it's... Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna hit that. So a little bit slower then because of where we are. That's my normal tempo pace. But that's the kind of tempo pace I was doing for 20 minutes, whereas this is just 5. So...
True, but the reason it's 5 is because we're at altitude, so this is an intentionally soft first session because it's probably going to slap you in the face.
That's literally what I was going to ask you, why you've set me that, and yeah, that pretty much answers it. So yeah, I'm glad you have, yeah, it's kind of scary that you think it's going to slap me in the face. So yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. We made it.
That's cold.
What have you gone today?
I've got an easy medium long, which is 10, 11 miles.
Nice. All right, let's get this session going. Warm-up time. All right, note taken. Left side of the road only. But it's right, I'm gonna start my warm-up off the main road and then we'll do the tempos on the main road. And hopefully, Philly's told me that a mile down the road, there is a lake. So we'll see if we can get there in the session. Should get there, it's just less than a mile, so. Here we go now. So, I don't know if you saw on Philly's Instagram, her and Koros surprised me on Christmas with a new Koros Apex 2 Pro testing it out on its first session. So, my easy run pace is just over 10-minute miling, so somewhere between like 10:15 to 10:30 minute miling. But to keep my heart rate anywhere close to easy, which for me is like in the 140s, the 150s, I'm having to run at like 11 minute 30, just to kind of be able to plod along, otherwise I just can't get my breath, which is crazy. But anyway, probably gonna start the session at like 8:30 minute miling, I think. See how comfortable that is. And if it's fine, I'll obviously then, in the further reps, I'll then just push up a little bit. But I'm thinking just because of how hard it is to run it easy, that it's probably gonna be better to stick slower and just kind of go at a steady trot that's hard enough to call it tempo, but might not be anywhere near my actual tempo pace. So yeah, let's get this session going. All right, first rep done. It was at like 8:20 something, 8:25. It feels kind of good there. I can kind of tell it's gonna get hard. So I'm probably gonna aim for there. And maybe in my last 2 reps, if I'm feeling okay, I'll push up. But I can already feel my breath going. So yeah, god damn, it's hard. Oh, that was great. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna stay at 8:30, if not slower by the end. Jesus, this is so tough. Oh, anyway, gonna go do 2 reps back, and then I'll do a rep past the car and then warm up back to the car. All right, let's go. All right, rep number 3 done. That's brutal. I'm literally, I'm gonna just try stick to 8:30. Pretty much bang on both of those at 8:30. But got a little bit of an uphill section now, so we'll see how I do. All right, 2 more sets and then we're done. Oh dear me. Oh, I could probably feel my breath going there. That's so hard to get in enough oxygen. Jeez. All right, probably going to walk half this recovery because this is long. But yeah, 1 more set and then we're done. I died at the end of that rep. Yeah, I managed to get down to 8:20, but I did have a nice downhill session on the last one. And then as I was kind of going back up the hill to the end, I could just see my time slipping and slipping. So yeah, I think the downhill definitely helped on the last rep. But Jesus, this is tough. Right, I'll cool down and I can do a little debrief in the car. Bones. That's not a bit ominous. Oh dear, it's weird. I saw a dead deer, lots of roadkill. You kind of forget that how wild the US is in some places, because the UK, everything is so domesticated and small, whereas here there's bears and snakes and lots of monsters. Lovely seeing some bones on the side of the road, love it. Oh, there you are, just did a 10-minute plod. Damn, that felt hard. While we're here waiting for Philly, might as well go through the stats of the session then. So, I did the first 5 minutes, did an 8:25 minute miling, which was pretty bang on where I wanted to be. Then it went 8:30, 8:29, 8:25, 8:27. So I'm really happy with that I managed to basically pick a speed and kind of stick with it. And it was very hard, but I stuck through it. So I think I would have been a bit disappointed if I started somewhere and then just kind of consistently got slower, but I'm glad I just stuck there in the end, which is nice. But yeah, I feel like $1,000,000, always do after a session. It feels dreadful to start with, but hey ho, now I feel great, up for the rest of the day. And I just reminded myself, because I've been talking to said athlete, I've got a really cool project that will hopefully be released early next year. I'm working on a new channel with someone, another pro athlete. If you really like a window into Philly's world, I think you're really gonna like the window into this athlete's world as well. A very unique story, an Olympian and a middle distance runner. And that's all I'm gonna give you. You're gonna have to guess. Well, why don't you guys guess who it might be? Put it in the comments below. I'm starting a new channel with them, and yeah, when we get the channel completely finished and finalized and the first video is up, I will of course shout about it. And you guys better go follow, because it's gonna be a really, really interesting summer. Hopefully the road to the Olympics as well for this athlete. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Oh, that session. Now, you know what, right? I knew this was gonna knock me out, because I had done easy runs, even just not running in a day, just going about your business, up at 7,000 feet genuinely feels harder. I'm always tired when I go to bed. And normally if I've done a day of editing, I haven't really got up from sitting down all day. Sometimes I struggle to sleep because I haven't earned the sleep. I haven't really done enough to get tired. But here, honestly, just living makes you tired. So no surprise that doing a session today was gonna absolutely knock me out. But I did promise you guys some of my goals for 2024. Now I'm gonna do these in categories. All right, so first of all is YouTube. Second, running goals. Third, business goals. Let's start with YouTube. Now, I've said it many times on the channel that a big goal is to get to 10K subscribers and I'll run a marathon, right? Now, I don't want to sound too cocky, but with the growth that's happened, thanks to you guys, I'm already at nearly 7,500 subscribers, and I've only been filming stuff on this channel for just over 4 months, which is crazy, by the way. So thank you everyone for subscribing and following along. So I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna hit 10,000 next year. So I thought, why not set myself an even bigger subscriber goal, punch high and see if I can make it. So I would quite like to triple my following by this time next year. So I think that will be 22,000 and something. So around there, I'm gonna say 22,250, just to put a specific number on it. And everything else, when it comes to YouTube, is less about quantifiable numbers, but it's more about carrying on creating great content, upping the quality where I can, and just doing new and more fun things, experiment a little bit. I think that's another big goal of mine, is just to throw some things at the wall and test it and see what happens and see if you guys enjoy it. Oh, and I forgot one thing on the YouTube side of things is, part of the YouTube world is working with brands, whether that's on brand deals, on affiliate programs, whatever it happens to be. But I would like in 2024 to start working with a few select brands that I really like their products and their services, and they be willing to work with me. So if you do happen to be a company who wants to work with small creators, then feel free to hit me up. But yeah, that's a big goal for me, is to start working with a couple of companies that I really like and I would be happy to promote on my channel. Arguably the one everyone's been waiting for, but the running goals for 2024. I'll be honest, I haven't actually sat down with Philly, coach, to kind of discuss very specific times. But I have a few things in my head that I'd quite like to do. Let's start away from the times. Let's just start with the broader strokes. I want to run a half marathon. I'm booked in. I'm doing that. That's going to happen. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to hit 10K subs early next year. Now, we all know how marathon entries are. Whether I will do a big one, therefore it might have to wait for 2025, we'll see. But I also might just be like, let's just do it, and I'll enter something local and reasonably easy to get into. Yeah, I'm gonna put it out there. I think I want to do a marathon in 2024. Because if I don't put it out there and I go umming and ahhing, then I might not. As if I say I'm going to, then at least I have a video and you guys can keep me accountable. So yeah, let's do a marathon in 2024. I also want to PB my 10K. My 10K PB is something like just under an hour, which I'm happy with, but that was something that I got years ago. So it'd be really cool to smash my 10K PB. And a big goal for me, I think, actually, I know this number for myself, is I want to go sub 50. I think I can do it. I'm almost certain I can do it. So sometime next year, I'd like to hit sub 50 10K. I know I said that I'm doing a half marathon. I don't really have a time goal attached to it. I think it's more the event of it. Obviously, I've said a couple of times I'd like to go faster than Philly runs in the marathon for the half marathon. So it will be sub 2:26:50, which is the Olympic standard that she'll run in Houston. So I'd like to run that, but I also know that I think I can run a little bit faster than that. So anywhere around the 2 hour mark, I think is a good goal to go for. And then finally, for my last running goal of 2024. I'm not 100% sure how long this will take, but I have a goal that I'm going to probably put on this list until it happens. If it doesn't happen this year, fine. If it happens a year later or even a year further down the line, so be it. A big goal when I started running was I'd love to go for an easy run with Philly. Now, just to put that into perspective, as I said earlier in the video, my easy running pace is 10-minute miling. Her easy pace is anywhere from 7 to 8-minute miling, which is 5k PB to tempo pace, which at the moment I wouldn't be able to last more than, I don't know, well, more than a 5k race pace, and then I'd feel obliterated afterwards, which is not the point. I'd like to be able to at least go out for it would feel like maybe a steady run with Philly on an easy day. That's one of my big goals in general. So I'm gonna put that on the list, even if it doesn't happen this year. And then last, but by no means least, my business goals of the year. I'll kind of put these in two categories. So I've got my editing business, and then I'll have my kind of the social media, YouTube, Philly's channel, that kind of business side of things as well. So first of all, my editing business. Now I already work with some amazing clients like Kofuzi, Relay, my friend Melissa, and this new secret project that will be coming out early next year. At this point in time, that's as much as I can physically do. But I have a new recruit for my business. My little brother, who's amazing behind the camera, he's been a really avid photographer for many, many years, and he's currently looking for work. So I've given him a few little bits and bobs here and there to video edit, and I'm really proud of him because he's kind of taken it on his own. He's hardly asked me any questions. He's done all the kind of tutorials and things, so he's learning it himself, which is basically what I did. So I have plans on expanding my editing business by offloading some of the editing to my brother, and hopefully he can sometime next year. I would love him to join me, at least part-time, full-time part-time. Do you know what I mean? At the moment, I'm literally giving him a few bits and bobs here, an hour there, an hour here. But I'd love to give him a good few days of work every single week of editing. So I think that's my next big step for my editing business. I'd love for my brother to be more involved and to become, hopefully, a full-time member of staff at some point this year, which would be really, really cool. And then the other businesses. I think the goals for Philly's channel, I don't really want to speak for Philly, so I think I'll leave Philly's YouTube out of this. But there is a few things around her channel that we've got in the works. So obviously there's the merch. So I would love to at least have 2 to 3 drops next year. Now there's one confirmed, but depending on how well that one goes will determine how many more we can do in the year. But we've already got 3 or 4 more designs in our back pocket to pull out if we need to. And then finally, I know I'm being a bit cryptic on a couple of these goals, but there's something that we've been working on for months, and it will probably be well over a year by the time that we release it. It's not merch. It's kind of merch, but it's something that will come to phillybowdenmerch.com at some point this year. It's probably the thing that I'm most excited about, and I think it's gonna be awesome. I really hope that you guys will find it great as well. We're doing lots and lots of research and product testing in the background. So you'll just have to wait and see, but I am so excited for this to be launched. So there you are, my goals for 2024. Wow, 2024. I'm not a big believer in reflecting and looking back on things at this time of year. I don't like it, never liked it, because I think you should be doing that all the time. But putting that aside, a big brush stroke about this year is that it's been a really pivotal year in my career, in my life, just in every aspect of my life. It has been very, very pivotal. And I want to say another big thank you to you guys, because I think you is the people that support Philly's channel, the people that just support us together. This pivotal year, some of it can be attributed to you guys. So thank you. But anyway, hit the like button, subscribe so we can get to that 22,250 goal by the end of 2024. And as always, I'll see you next time.